Here I'm asked to evaluate the following log. When log base 3 of x is equal to 7 and log base 3 of y is equal to 24. So thing to make sure to remember on a problem like this, I think one of the bigger mistakes people make is they think like x is equal to 7, which is not true. You're given log base 3 of x is equal to 7. Meaning like we don't actually have to solve for x, we're just told that this thing here is equal to this thing here. Same thing with log base 3 of y, this here is equal to this here, which tells us we want to try and make it so that the log that we're given, this big log here, when we decompose it, we get this log base 3 of x somewhere and log base 3 of y without anything else happening on the inside of that log. So let's talk about how we can do that. First things first, I see that 9 is being multiplied by x to the power of 4, and all of that is being divided by the square root of y. So that tells me I'm going to have 3 different logs when I decompose this. So I'll have log base 3 of 9, because that's the first term that I see in the numerator, which is why it's positive, plus log base 3 of x to the power of 4. And because they're being multiplied, they're both in the numerator. That's why I'm adding them together. The last thing, I'm subtracting log base 3 of the square root of y because the square root of y is in the denominator. I'm just using my log properties to break these into 3 different logs. So from here, the next thing I want to do, I'm actually first going to remind everybody that if I take the square root of something, that is the same thing as raising it to the power of 1/2. So I'm actually going to go ahead and rewrite this because now everything that I have in here is either a number or a variable with an exponent. And I can use another one of my log rules that if I have an exponent to the thing that's inside the log, I can pull that exponent out into the front. So when I rewrite this for hopefully the last time, log base 3 of 9 plus 4 times log base 3 of x minus 1/2 log base 3 of y. And so when I'm doing this, I now have these things that I was talking about, right? I have log base 3 here. I can take this, and I know that this is equal to 7. So I have log base 3 of 9 plus 4 times 7. And then I have log base 3 of y, which I know is equal to 24. So when I'm rewriting, minus 1/2 times 24. Now, I don't want y'all to get confused and lost because, hey, we're not told what log base 3 of 9 is. We should know that log base 3 of 9, we can actually find the value. That's just 2 because 3 to the power of 2 is 9. So now I have just numbers in here that I can then calculate. So 2 plus 4 times 7, which is 28, minus 1/2 times 24, which is 12, which ends up giving me my final answer of 18. So this log here, given this information, is equal to 18.